as we go through life, we learn a lot of things through our experiences, and sometimes somebody will say something that in the moment doesn't seem like a big thing. You don't really think much of it, but then looking back, you realize that like that was a very profound thing that was said, or you realize your true thoughts on what was said, and that is kind of the case for this thing that I want to talk about. I feel like this is said a lot in a lot of spaces, probably a lot in the corporate world, a lot in different jobs and positions. I just want to talk about my experience with it in the context of how it was said to me. The last place that I worked was a pretty corporate place. I was a designer there. There was a lot of one-on-ones and meetings. Frankly, I feel like there was a little bit too many meetings. So a lot of things were said. I can really remember one statement that stood out to me, and it was said during a one-on-one with my boss. One of the things that she said was, unfortunately, in this business, in this field, everybody is replaceable. Even I'm replaceable. That's just the way that this business works. That's just the way that things work in these corporate environments. After she said that, I was taken aback a little bit, but my immediate thought was like, well, I know that technically anyone could be replaceable because, of course, if anyone were to leave or if anyone were to get fired or whatever, that position would be filled with another person. It's true, it's inarguably true that when anyone leaves a business, they're gonna fill that position. But I don't think that was the way that she was making the statement. I don't think that she was just saying it for no reason, or to just say like, yeah, you know, people come and go. That's just how it is. That statement came out to me like everybody here fills a specific purpose that could be fulfilled by somebody else in the exact same way, and when they leave or when they move on from that position, a new person is going to come in, the position will have its purpose filled in the exact same way, and so on and so forth. Like every position has a specific function that no matter what happens, there's always going to be somebody out there who can do the exact same thing that you're doing. That's how I read that. And I want to say why I completely disagree with this statement and why I feel like nobody is replaceable. When somebody works in a position, I don't even want to say it in the work context specifically, but with anything in life that somebody's doing, there is literally no other person in the world that will do it in the exact same way, with the exact same effect in the world as that person. Everybody is individual. Everybody has different past experiences. Everyone has different skills, different personality traits, and things about them that make them unique. Altogether, all these things that make up who we are going to affect how we come across when we're doing the thing. All of these parts of ourselves come together to form the way that we do things and the way that we carry out our work. And whether that be creative, whether that be something for your job, or just hanging out with your friends, there's no other person that is exactly like you. That's the reality of it. And in that way, there is no one that could replace you. There's no one that could do the things that you do to the same effect that you do. You have probably different things that happen to you throughout your life that have formed the way that you think about things and the way that you approach things. And everybody approaches things from a different angle. And I think that that is amazing and should be celebrated. As soon as she said that, I just got this feeling of like tightness in my chest of like, I hated that statement so much, but of course all I said was, yeah, I understand. What it really felt like saying was, I don't believe that at all. It makes me really happy when I see people expressing themselves and joking around and being able to like not feel like they have to hide so much of themselves. The whole statement, the whole sentiment of everyone is replaceable, I just really hate it so much. It's a lie that people are told. I'm not speaking negatively of the person who said this, because I think anyone who says this also believes that about themselves, which is also sad. I think that everybody should dig deep to find out what it is that they like about themselves and what it is about them that makes them unique, and embrace that and lean into that. It takes so much energy to fight who we are. It takes so much energy to ignore our gut instincts and to ignore our true feelings. What if people allowed themselves more to follow their instincts on what sounds like it would be so much fun? Where would that take them? I don't want people to stop trying to do things that they know are going to make them happy, because it's going to be hard for them to do. So to anyone who's made it this far and who has listened to this whole thing, first of all, thank you, because that really helps me so much. And also, I'm glad that you found this valuable enough that you wanted to listen this long. Second of all, know that you are not replaceable. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your job is or what it is that you do throughout your day. There's nobody who does it the way that you do. There's no one who has the same skill set, exactly the same skill set, who has the same experiences. There's no one who has the exact same personality, who has the same thoughts, the same struggles. There just isn't. And that's the fact. That's just the truth. And I'm really sorry if somebody's ever told you that, because that's a lie. You are not just a number. You're not here to fulfill somebody else's purpose and then be done with it. You're not replaceable. From the bottom of my heart, I want people to know that. I also wanted to say a little bit about the piece that I created in this video. This was my first time using acrylic paint in a really long time. It was really challenging at first, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought, once I did the clouds, I almost thought like, should I just switch over to watercolor? I don't know how I feel about this, but I decided to just keep pushing through, and no matter what happens, I'm gonna see where this goes. And I did get to a point like where I was just having fun with it. A lot of it I just winged. The only part that I actually penciled out was the part that is the ship, the decoration on the China set. I feel like this taught me a lot, and it definitely got me into the rhythm of understanding acrylic again. I can't look at it through the same lens as I would look at watercolor and how I would manipulate the pigment of watercolor. It does not work that way. I had fun. This was a commission from my friend. This was her grandparents' China set. She would use it growing up to put sugar on her strawberries, and it was like her strawberry bowl. And I'm glad that she asked me to paint this, because I needed something to paint, and I have a lot of concepts written down, but I kind of just wanted something a little bit more easier to carry out. I knew what purpose it was serving, and I could just go for it. So yeah, thank you to my friend for that. And with that, I will let you go. Thank you so much for watching this and listening to my random thoughts. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribing would be greatly appreciated. Liking and commenting really helps with other people to see this video. And yeah, I just appreciate you. And with that, I will leave you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.